Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you are tuning in. I am Latoya Nashay, and you already know I got something to say. Yeah, your girl is up feeling mighty accomplished this morning. Over the weekend, Valentine's Day to be exact, because I'm crazy enough to do things like this, like subject myself to torture. I sat for a 4-hour exam, the SHRM CP. That stands for the Society of Human Resource Management Certified Professional Exam, and your girl passed. I got my pass that day, but it's a preliminary pass. Then they send you this email telling you need to wait 2-3 weeks before you get it. But I serve the God that would expedite some things on my behalf because here we are less than a week later, and I already got my official pass with the score, with the badge to prove that I am officially certified. Okay, clap it up for your girl. But that's not even what we need to talk about. Let's rewind back because the story is always in the backstory. It was in the leading up to this exam, those last 2 weeks. Y'all, I was struggling. I was struggling. Now, mind you, I was prepared. I studied. And thankfully, there wasn't really a disconnect between my current role in HR and the material that I was learning, even the stuff that didn't directly apply to our organization. I've seen it done in other organizations. So I felt very much connected to the content. However, I have not taken an exam in 17 years, like not since my last year of undergrad. So I'm like, can I do this? And the Lord is saying, yes, you can. And I'm like, are you sure though, sir? Because sometimes I ask God questions just to make sure I'm not tripping. Am I hearing you correctly? And he kept assuring me, you're going to pass, you're going to pass, you're going to pass. And then those last 2 days before the exam, he literally said, you don't have time not to pass. And I've said this before, but let me say it again. When I say God said, I am not hearing this audible voice. What I'm hearing is a knowing in my spirit that brings peace that I cannot deliver to myself. So I'm hearing him say, you don't have time not to pass, meaning life is about to take off. You're not going to have time to go sit, study more, retest. So I'm going to go ahead and do you a big one and let you get through this the first time. Cool. And I received that. But then I went back to the Lord, like, Holy Spirit, but why am I struggling with this? I believe, but sir, please help my unbelief because I don't even know what this is. Ain't nothing like getting to the real thing. I'm sitting here thinking that it's fear. But what the Holy Spirit revealed to me was I was actually wrestling with some residue of disappointment from something years ago that had nothing to do with this situation. Y'all, listen. Y'all probably hear that. The refrigerator is making weird noises. My freezer wants to be an ice maker so bad. There's not an ice maker in there. I don't know why it makes that noise. And now the toilet wants to chime in because it likes to randomly run here and there. It is so annoying. But I'm going to get through this because I also don't have time to start this over. So we're not going to because you know what? Life is not perfect. So when the inconveniences rise up, you just keep right on flowing like they didn't even happen. You heard it. I heard it. Don't matter. What matters is that you tune in and listen to what I'm saying. Okay, let us continue. So I got to the root of the real thing, and it was really the residue of some disappointment. And I cast that care on the Lord because I know that He cares for me. Sometimes we're out here quoting, God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. And that is true. And that word is powerful. But sometimes in this situation, I wasn't dealing with fear. I was dealing with disappointment. The disappointment of feeling like something was going to work out one way and it didn't. And then me struggling to rebound from that situation. And God was like, but this ain't that. So go ahead and disconnect yourself from that thought. Let me heal that residue. Let me cleanse you of that debris because this is not that. And it wasn't because your girl passed. Ain't nothing like getting to the root of what you're really struggling with. Now, maybe it is fear, but what if it's not? Be curious in the presence of God. Don't just assume you know what your emotions are. Sometimes they are so interwoven and tangled up that it is difficult to identify, and that's fine. Get into the presence of God and say, Holy Spirit, here, sir, what is all of this? And I assure you, He will reveal it. That's all, y'all. Bye.